Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lucifer here, and you are listening to the Apocalyptic Optimath channel. You are welcome, and welcome you are. If it's your first time joining my channel, please enjoy. By the way, I was re-listening to my old videos. Sometimes I say things because of my fronts. It sounds like I'm saying something else. So be careful. So listen twice. You know, when I talk, like sometimes I say things and it sounds like I'm saying like I said something else. But anyway, so watch out for that. I'm gonna watch out too. I'm gonna watch my pronunciation also. So yeah. Before I get into this, what's up with the Gucci Man shit, man? Like, I don't know, bruh. Like, dude, look, that shit is weird. I know what I said in my video. I don't hate the guy, but that's some crazy, outlandish shit to say about Gucci Man, the gingerbread man, Guwap. Now, the thing is, what I want to know before anybody pounces, before there's any pumas pouncing on this dude, pause. But before that happens, I want to know where, how. Okay, before there's some bloods that run up in this shit, I want to know where the fuck this nigga got this sort of information from. Did that shit really, was it off the top of his dome? It doesn't look like it was on the top of his. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think so. It's too random. It's too random. Like, why Gucci Man? Like, why all of a sudden out the clear blue sky? Like, Gucci Man didn't do nothing to nobody from from the last time I checked anyway. So why you said that shit, man? And why is nobody asking like that? Well, some people asked him, and I guess we got the answer. Like, he came on the show with like 3 bottles of baby oils and shit like that. But is he fucking serious? You know, it might be a little bit. I might be a little bit too soon. It might be a little bit too soon. You know, because he dropped the gem. Pause. He dropped the gem, and we gotta listen, and we gotta sit there and be like, bruh, like, is you serious? Like, are you fucking with us, or are you serious? Like, are you really saying what I think? Cause the thing is, it's fucked up for me too. Cause I be singing Gucci, 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 Gucci all day, and this motherfucker is like, you know, going to Diddy parties. I don't know, putting baby oil on. I don't know, you know. So that's some fucked up shit too, and that's why I need to know, and that's why I want to know, because you know I've been a Gucci Man aficionado since, you know, I was like, what, like the Gucci Man was around for a long time, so I was a Gucci Man aficionado since I was a teenager, a young adult, you know. So I need to know that shit. I need to know. And the only reason why I'm not losing my mind about what he said about Gucci is because I have differences with Gucci Man. I have differences with Gucci Man. So, you know, I have differences with the spirit of Gucci Man, not the actual Gucci Man. I have differences with the spirit of Gucci Man, you know. And it's normal for me to have differences. And mind you, that doesn't mean shit. It's normal for a person like me to have differences with certain characters. Like, I like King Von, I like Gucci Man, but I'm pretty sure we would have our differences because there's certain behavior that I do not indulge in. I don't consider certain behavior to be masculine behavior. And what I mean by masculine behavior, I don't mean like being zesty and shit like that. I mean, like, I don't believe, like, there's certain acts that a person commits, certain behavior that a person undertakes that I don't feel, in my opinion, is a is of a masculine nature. I feel like, when you're into like, I don't know, like rumors and stuff like that. I don't feel like that's very masculine. I don't feel like for a man of a certain stature or a certain notoriety. I feel like when you achieve a certain level, there's certain ways you can't think anymore, man. You can't be act like a bitch. You can't be a drug kingpin and you play Pokemon in front of everybody. You know what I mean? Like, go play Pokemon on your own time. But you can't let everybody know that you're playing Pokemon. I mean, like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And I'm not gonna get into what my differences are. Because that's a personal issue. And even if I do get in it, a lot of people are not gonna understand it. Okay, well, let me get into nah, you know what, fuck it, I'm not, so a lot of people are not going to understand it. It is what it is. And, there's just certain type of behavior I don't really condone, so as much as I like certain characters, certain people, certain hood legend or hood myths, hood mythology or hood legend, there's certain behavior I don't condone. I mean, like, just you can't, you can't kill a king, but that doesn't mean I have to obey to the king. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, mind you, and that's the only reason why I'm not losing my mind, because I'm connecting dots in my head. I'm kind of like, oh, okay, 1 + 1 = 2, but the thing is, I only have one. I don't think I have two here. I think I only have one. I don't consider this to be a 1 + 1 situation. I think this is just a one situation so far. And it is too soon, because if you're going to say something that serious, because eventually that shit is going to come back to him. That shit, what goes around comes around. You can't be talking shit like that about Gucci Mane and expect nothing to happen. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit. And I believe that the dude knows that. I believe that Brick Baby knows that. I think he's smart enough to know that, if he says some shit like that, there's gonna be some backlash. So I don't think he's that tough. I don't think he's that tough, bro. I don't think so, man. I don't think he's that tough, man. He be crashing out. I would give him his, but come on, bro. Like, hey, bro, this is burglars, man. We're burglars. If this was a RPG, if this was a video game, Gucci Mane's class would be burglar, nigga. He's a level 50. He's a level 50 burglar, bro. Like, so what's the fuck out? I don't know. Like, whatever. But that shit's weird. But at the same time, it is. I'm too early to be talking. I understand. He laid it there. People have to, absorb the information, and it's gonna come back around, and then we're gonna ask him one more time, because now we had the time to process this newfound information, but we're gonna ask again, and we want some proof. And even if you don't have some proof, we want to know where you got that shit from. We want to know where you got that information from. Who told you that in the first place? Who told you to say that? And if you did come up with that shit by yourself, good luck, bro. Because you're going to get backdoored, bro. Like, you're going to get backdoored, bro. That is for fucking sure. There's no if and buts about that. You're going to get backdoored, bro. Because there's a lot of people that love Gucci Mane, man. Like, there's a lot. So especially street dudes, man, especially hood people, street dudes, we love Gucci Mane, your dog. So there's not a lot of places where you can run and hide. And I'm pretty sure you know that, and you're in LA, so Gucci Mane's over there, he's over there, bro. Like, I don't know, the gang capital of the world is LA. You walking around LA saying Gucci man, this I don't know, whatever. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, but I guess some people would. Yeah, that's the world that we live in. Some people do, some people don't. That shit, man. That's some crazy stuff, man. Now we got some crazy stuff. So, give me a second here. So, anyways, I see a lot of people. I see that this information. That's not the Brick Baby. Now we're talking about something completely different. But it seems to me like the notion of not needing these global elites to run their lives is that information is not sinking into people's brains yet. And it's clear to see. Because at the end of the day, all these guys be hanging around over there, and and they're gonna stay. They're gonna chill over there. They're gonna stay over there. They're gonna go over there, and they're gonna try to run businesses with those guys. I don't know why. Because it's easy. Motherfuckers be lazy, bro. People are lazy, man. It's not because it's weird to say. To me, it's weird. It's weird to me too. It's a thing that I recently figured out. Recently, that even if you see somebody going to work every day and shit like that, that person could still be lazy. Even though this person wakes up every day, goes to work, does his whole thing, the person is still fucking lazy. And it's a weird statement to make. And the reason why I say the person is still lazy is because some people will never attempt to do anything that's outside of their comfort zone, or to do anything that's worth doing, that's worthy of doing, right? Because at the end of the day, there's some people that go to work and they will open up a business. They're going to work, they're going to open up a business. They're going to work, they're going to invest, right? They're going to be out there. They're going to go out there. They're going to show up, right? But then there's people that go to work, and that's the only thing that they're ever going to do, ever. That's laziness. Because you're not supposed to stay working forever. That's not how life is supposed to be. You're supposed to work, get some money, invest in another business, or open a business yourself. That's what you're supposed to do with your money. You're not supposed to be working until you're dead. That's not how life is supposed to function. And I know a lot of people worry about, like, well, what about failures? What if I try something and I fail? That's not an option. That's in your head. That's a fear. That's a fear that you developed in your mind. Because that's not an option. There's no way. There's no losing. There's no failing. There's no failing, because you are meant to do something. And when you're meant to do something, you have the talent to do something. You are meant to do something. You are a object of a specific event or situation. And what I mean by that is, let's say everybody in your family were carpenters, right? You end up being a carpenter. You could not be as good as everybody else that was in your family. That could happen. In some cases, that's not what happens. Most of the time, if your whole entire family were carpenters and you become a carpenter, there's a high probability that you're going to be a very good carpenter, right? Because you have the teaching and the knowledge of decades and generations of people that worked in that criteria. in that area, right? So if you're learning from all these people, if you've learned from all these people, you're going to be a great carpenter, right? So there's no failing. And when you're when what you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do is cemented like that, you can't fail. There's no way that you're gonna fail. There's no failing in that, because you can't. This is the spiritual aspect of it, right? You become it, right? Like there's no carpentry without you in it. Like if you're not in carpentry, it's like there's no carpentry. It's like carpentry doesn't exist, right? So there's no, you can't, there's not, the word failing shouldn't be in your vocabulary. It shouldn't be there, period. It shouldn't exist, because it can't exist. And I know a lot of people are afraid of that when they get into business. They get a da. They're afraid of failing. They say, "Oh, but you're gonna face failures." Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. That's because there's a learning period, right? It's your first time doing something, right? It's not like everybody's born and we give out pamphlets on how to start a business as when you're 1 year old. If that was the case, I would understand if you fail, why you're fearing failing again, because you had years of experience and teaching, and regardless of all those years of experience and teaching, you still failed. So that would be explanatory, right? That would make sense. But this ain't the case. In the case of business, it's something that you get into. It's something that you learn, right? I was watching a motivational video the other day. The guy said, when you get into business, you don't really, you just jump in, right? And that's the biggest secret. To me, it feels like what he said was one of the biggest secrets in business. And that is one of the biggest secrets of business, period, of entrepreneurship, period. Everybody that has something to say that's negative about entrepreneurship or business never had a business, or never even tried to have a business, because all these business is so far removed from what people think and say, and what is being represented on TV and media is so far removed from that if you're a business person or you're an entrepreneur and somebody comes to you and tells you these kind of things, you already know this person never did anything, never even tried, never even got out of bed. You already know this person is depressed. No pun intended, no offense meant. But that's highly the case. Most of the time that's the case. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you're kind of like a therapist, right? When you go see a client, they're already scared. Right? Like when you go see a client, you're facing fear. When you're an entrepreneur, you're facing fear. You're a therapist towards people's fears, right? Some people thrive on people's fears. They call them sharks, right? Those are the people that are not going to remove that fear from your system. They're going to double down on the fact that you're fearful about business, right? And they already know that's because you don't know shit. So if they know that you don't know shit, they're gonna eat you up, right? And if you start off a conversation, if you're an unlucky person that meets up with a shark, and the first word that come out of your mouth is negative ideals about business, oh, I might get stolen, or this or that, he got you. That dude got you in his pocket, and you have no idea. He's gonna run laps around you. He's gonna make you spend so much money. He's gonna funnel all your cash out because you don't know shit, and he's gonna take advantage of the fact that you don't know shit. So that's the biggest secret in business. There's people, when you in business, it's not, I took a course. Fine. Some people go to school. I went to school. Some people go to school for that. Some people take courses. Some people go to school, blah, 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 whatever. Right? they learn, right? But in actuality, that's not how you're supposed to get into business. In actuality, you're supposed to try. You're supposed to, the way you're supposed to, when you think about business, you should have a childlike mentality when you think about business. You have to be naive. And what I mean by that is you have to wake up one day and be like, I want to do that. This is what I want to do. And you have to do it like a kid would, even though you don't know how, you don't know when, you don't know nothing, right? It's like when the little kid wants to go to the park and play. He don't know what's going on at the park. He don't know if his friends are going to be there. He don't know nothing. He just really wants to go out the park, and he doesn't give a shit if there's hail, rain, whatever, fire and brimstone. The kid wants to go to the fucking park. He wants to, and he will and if you don't take him to the park, he's gonna fucking cry. He's gonna throw a fit. You should act the same fucking way. You're supposed to act the same fucking way, bro. That's how you're supposed to act when you want to start a business. You're not supposed to know everything. You're not supposed to know everything. You'll never know everything. I only took a course after 6 months of getting into business. After a year, 2 years even, maybe less. But around 1 or 2 years after I started my own business, I went and took a course because I noticed after a certain amount of time that I was missing some elements, right? I was missing some parts, right? So I took a course then, but I wanted to do something. I got up and I went and did it. I didn't have all the knowledge. I didn't have all the things. I didn't care. It didn't matter. Why? Because you can always learn. You're going to learn anyway. You're going to learn anyway. Yeah, I'm smart. Yeah, I'm savvy. But sometimes you need a little bit more. Or sometimes you just need a refresher and things like that. Right? Because believe it or not, there's some people that never took a course, never went to school for business, went to school for something completely different, and they open up businesses. The other day I was watching, I think it was like Kitchen Nightmares or Hell's Kitchen or some shit like that, the Gordon Ramsay show. And there was this lady, she was a scientist, and she opened up a restaurant, but her major was science. But she has a restaurant. you know, like that's not alike. It's not the same thing. And then, like, managing a restaurant is not the same as doing science. It's completely fucking different. It's completely different. It's like night and day, like complete difference, right? So, but when you're excited about something, when you want to have something, when you want to do something, when you're excited about something, you're gonna do it, right? And at the end of the day, what most people's problem is that they don't consider the thing that they're doing. They don't consider it. Sometimes people are already doing something, but they're not doing it to make a certain amount of revenue, right? They're not trying to get revenue. They're just doing it for fun, right? But the thing you don't understand is that the thing that you're doing for fun is supposed to give you revenue. The thing that you're doing for fun is the thing that you should be doing all the time. And in order for you to be able to do the thing that you do for fun all the time, you should get paid for it in order to be able to do more of it, right? But some people don't have the drive to maintain a business, right? Because they already know, okay, if I charge a revenue, if I get a clear-cut revenue for what I do, then I have to, then it has to be serious, and then I have to put in hours and blah, 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 blah. They don't feel like doing that. But at the end of the day, there's nothing good about feeling that way. kind of laziness, man. It's laziness. It's either laziness, a lack of confidence, laziness, a lack of confidence, and everything along those lines. Because you're supposed to be happy to do it, and you're supposed to be happy to get paid to do it, because now you can do it all the time, and you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to get a job. You don't have to go over here. You don't have to go over there. You can just do that forever. Right? And that's the point. That's what you want to do in life. That would be the best case scenario, right? That's the best case scenario. But most people are not aiming for that scenario, and this is why we have these young black kids, these young black men going to LA, moving to LA, getting into, these religious cults, these weird pseudo religious cults, in order to make some money, right? Because of laziness. Because some of these guys, from what I hear, presumably, they already had money before they got there. But they're not doing anything with their money. And they don't want to do anything with their money, because if they wanted to do something with their money, they would have done it. Period. End of story. Point blank range. So, a lot of the time, though, you're going to talk to the youth and even older people, and they're going to be scared of anything that has anything to do with entrepreneurship, right? They're going to be afraid of it because they're going to have a negative point of view about it, right? It feels weird to them. I don't know why. Because being an entrepreneur is gangsta as shit. It's gangsta as fuck. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why there's a disconnect with entrepreneurship and these street guys, because it's not disconnected. The business is the street. Business is the street. If you're selling cookies, you're going door to door. You're in the street. You're going door to door selling your cookies. So now you're getting to meet the community. And if you live in a black community and you're selling cookies and there's some hood dudes there, you're part of it, and you're successful at your cookie selling shit, and now even the gangsters are waiting for your cookies. You know what I mean? And they're gonna be pissed off if you don't bring the cookies and shit. They'll be like waiting for the cookies because the cookies are good and shit. You know what I mean? So now y'all are friends. You don't sell drugs, you sell cookies, but you got some drug dealer friends that eat cookies. You're in the street. So there's no disconnect between the two. But mentally speaking, for some reason, there is a disconnect. And it's been like that for decades. Even though for decades, since time immemorial, there has never been, business has always been connected to the street one way or another. Most successful men are streetwise people. If you're streetwise, you're going to be successful. End of story. Point blank range. There's no if and buts about it. If you're streetwise, you're going to be successful. If you know how to sell shit, you're going to sell shit. Not everybody sells drugs. If you go on Flatbush, there's a whole avenue of people selling knockoffs. Shit, sometimes it's even real. We ain't gonna ask how they got it, but they got it. You know what I mean? But the whole fucking street is just dudes selling stuff. Nike shoes. That's why I buy my shit. I buy my shit on Flatbush. You know what I mean? You want to look fly. No, for real. You want to look fly as fuck. Well, back in the 90s, that's what we used to do. We used to buy shit on fucking Flatbush. But you wanted to look fly, You know, you want to look good and not have to pay too much money and shit, and there ain't no tax. Fucking Flatbush, baby. You go over there on the fucking weekend. You go on one weekend. You go one weekend. You just walk Flatbush. You just buy a whole bunch of fucking clothes and shit. You look fly as fuck. Especially if you live in Canada. You don't. The motherfuckers in Canada don't even have the clothes that these dudes have. No, anywhere. Like, you know, you'll never find what you'll find on Flatbush. You will not find anywhere in Canada, even at a hip hop store. You're not gonna find it anywhere because it's actual American apparel. So those things, not everything is shipped. Not all clothing pieces, clothing styles, and clothing pieces in fashion, they call them pieces, right? But not all the clothing styles are shipped out. Like Sean John got different pieces. He got different styles. Like pause. I just Diddy dropped here. But let's say like Sean John, right? Like there's different styles of Sean John, right? So there's Canadian. There's the ones that are being shipped to Canada, and there's the ones that are being shipped to America. And of course, United States probably has all the styles. But if they're gonna ship to Japan or Canada or some shit like that, it's just specific styles that are being shipped out. Because at the end of the day, the quality and the tissue, that matters. So if he's shipping something that's high quality but very fragile from one state to another, that's gonna cost a lot of fucking money. If the shit breaks, if they lose 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes, 100 boxes, because it's too fragile, because the texture is too fragile, and once it gets to Canada, it's all fucked up, they lose a lot of money. And those things, those shirts, pants, whatever, they're expensive to make, so they're losing a lot of money. So not everything gets everywhere, right? So if you really want some shit, it's like if you want some real Gucci shit that nobody ever saw, you're gonna have to go at the Gucci store, wherever the Gucci store is, and high probability is you're probably gonna find better shit if you go to Italy or Europe at a Gucci store in Europe or Italy than if you go to a Gucci store in the United States or Canada, right? Anywhere in America, right? So yeah, you're gonna find nice shit, but you don't have all the shit. You have some of the shit, right? So anyways, so that just goes to show you, if you might think you don't have an advantage, but there's always an advantage, right? You might think that there's no solution, but there is a solution. Because think about it this way: this guy selling shit on Flatbush, right? But let's say if the guy that's on Flatbush was thinking like you was, like the hustler that lives on Flatbush thinking like you was, right? He would be sitting in his fucking apartment not making a goddamn dime, not $1. Because he thinking like you thinking. But since he don't think like you think, because he's sitting there, you know what, let me sell some sneakers. Fuck it. Right? Well, right now he has an advantage, right? Not only is he on Flatbush, he has access to the sneakers. He can sell the sneakers on the street at a low price for him, not for you, but a low price for him, because it's on the street. All you need is a fucking table and a fucking chair, and put some fucking Nikes on the fucking table and sell the fucking thing, right? Pause. Pardon my language. And that's it. Boom. But not only that, but he's racking up some dough because motherfuckers are coming from outside to go shop right on the fucking street. So those motherfuckers be making some money. Flatbush motherfuckers make money, bro. Hustlers on Flatbush make money, bro. Like, they make cash, man. So, you know, it might not be crazy, but it's good. You know what I mean? It's good enough. It's good enough to eat. So a lot of these people, a lot of these men, a lot of black men, a lot of white people, a lot of black people, they go over there, join these fucking people for some fucking reason that I'll never fucking understand. And, you know, because of laziness. Because they don't want to do the work. The reason why you see so many people, everybody that's part of the Illuminati is a lazy ass motherfucker. End of story. Everybody that's part of the Illuminati is a lazy ass person, because you don't need those people, and they're not doing anything either. It's like even if you feel like you need them, they're not doing more than you are. They're just as lazy as everybody else, right? If not even worse, even more lazy, if that's even possible, right? But the people that join these groups is because they don't want to do the work. They don't want to hustle. They don't want to figure it out. They don't want to learn. They don't want to have the experience. They don't want to go on the adventure, because that's what entrepreneurship is. You're going on the adventure. Hey, man, you're waking up, you're putting your clothes on, you take a shower, eat your food, do a couple push-ups, and you heading straight outside the door to go face what the fuck ever. That's an adventure, man. That's an adventure, bro. Like that. What is an adventure, bro? That's what an adventure is. You're getting up, you walk outside, and you're like, bro, I'm going over here, I'm going over there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You don't know who's gonna be there. You don't know what's waiting for you over there. You have no idea. But your head you're focused. You're focused. Your head set on doing that, and that's what you're gonna do, no matter what fucking happens. That's an adventure. That's an experience. You're gaining experience. You're learning. In some cases, you might even be teaching, right? Depending on the person, right? Depending on who we're talking about, right? So it is these things, and it's sad to see this. It's sad to see it. It's sad to see it. These guys are just like. And that, I don't, it's not that I want to tell people what to do, but personally speaking, I feel like that all that drug money should go back to the community. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry, bro, but that's how I feel, man. Like, I feel like that money should go back to the community, man. Not all of it, obviously, but a little bit, man. And that's the joy too. And you gotta be smart. Even if you're cheap, bro, like, you gotta be smart. Okay, you don't want to give your money, but spend a little bit to make a little bit and give that money to the community, right? You don't have to give your money, but do something that asks you a little bit of money, make a lot, triple that amount, give some to the community, and put some in your pockets too at the same fucking time. You know what I mean? But people don't want to do that. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. I mean, it's not ethical. Obviously, that's not an ethical business. We're not talking about ethical shit right now. But people just don't want to do shit. They don't want to do anything. Right? And it says they don't want to do anything to go over there. And that's why Diddy's not going to stay in jail. That's why Diddy's not going to stay in jail. Because people are too lazy. You can't put people in jail because everybody else is lazy, man. Like, because you're consenting. You already know what's going on over there. As soon as you take a plane, to me, like, people feel like you should sign a waiver. Like, Diddy felt like he needed to make people sign a waiver. I don't feel that way. You know what I'm about. You know who I am. You know who I roll with. So, as the day you got on that fucking plane and came to see me, that was your waiver. So that means as soon as you step on the fucking plane, I can do whatever the fuck I want to you. Because you know where you're going. You know where you're going. You know what happens there. You already know. You don't even need to sign a waiver. So regardless of all the information that you have, all the shit that you've seen, everything, you still decided to take a plane and go over there, bro. Diddy doesn't deserve to go to jail. Diddy doesn't deserve to go to jail, for real. For real, bro. Diddy doesn't deserve to go to jail. And if he does, if Diddy does deserve to go to jail, it's for really extreme shit. It's for extreme shit. It's for extreme shit. It has to be. It has to be for extreme shit. Because you can't, if it's celebrity on celebrity violence, bro. If it's celebrity on celebrity violence, that shit don't count. Because the motherfucker knew what the fuck I was going to do to him before he got here. Stop. Stop. You knew. You knew what I was going to do. You know what these baby bottles about. You know what that shit about, bro. Shit is serious around here, Mike. Yo, so I don't know, man. So like, but for real, like to me, I don't know, man. I don't know. Devil's advocate, bro. Devil's advocate. I know. What I'm saying is fucked up. It's messed up. I know. But at the end of the day, think about it, bro. You already know, man. You already know, bro. Somebody told you, man. Somebody told you, bro. Like, you went to fucking school. You see Kappa Gamma, Psi listed a bunch of Roman shit, a bunch of fucking Greek Roman shit up in, nigga, you know where you going. You know what's about to happen. You know there's a baby bottle. There's a baby oil bottle with your name written on it. Before you already know that. You already know. Stop. You can't tell me you didn't know. You can't. So how can you put a man in jail when so many people are okay with the shit? You can't put a man in jail for shit like that. You can't. I can't do it. I can't put Diddy in jail, man. I can't do it. Because the reason why I can't do it is because of the state of the world right now, bro. It's like, like, what? How many fucking people voted for Kamala Harris? Regardless of Donald Trump getting shot in the ear. How many people voted for Kamala Harris, bro? This shit was tight. It was close. It was close, bro. It was close. It shouldn't even have been close. It should have been a landslide. It should have been a landslide victory. It should have, the Biden too. That shit shouldn't have been close, bro. That shit should have been a landslide, man. Joe Biden's cognitive abilities were fucked up right from the get-go, right from the start, since day one. People want to get into religious, crazy gay sex cults, bro. People want to get into those shit, bro. They're not getting there by mistake. They didn't get there by mistake. They didn't fall in a hole and ended up in a gay sex club cult religious shit, bro. Nah, they knew what the fuck it was before they even got there, bro. They knew what it was before they got there, man. Come on. Stop. How you gonna put the nigga in jail? All these motherfuckers wanted the Puffy to do the shit. They wanted him to do it. They wanted to sleep with Puff. They wanted to sleep with Puff, bro. Now I'm aware that there are some isolated situations. There's some isolated incidents. But isolate the incidents. Stop talking to me about, good and evil, Jesus Christ, the devil, all that shit. All y'all niggas lying like a motherfucker through your goddamn teeth. Fuck out of here. As soon as I turn my back, you're gonna take the first plane to Diddy's house. As soon as I turn my back. Stop. As soon as I turn my back, you don't think the first plane to Diddy's house. Stop talking to me about that shit. Stop making shit about moral issues, bro. Stop talking about social justice, man. Bro, we got niggas out here in the Olympics knocking girls out, bro. Fucking uppercutting women all over the fucking place. Nigga won a gold medal. This nigga beat so many women, they gave him a gold medal. God damn. Shit. And then you gonna tell me, Rhaegar, you didn't know Rhaegar was gonna be at the Olympics, even though the Olympics is the finals. It's the international finals. That's what the Olympics is. The Olympics is the international finals. Finals. It's the finals. It's the championship. So that means there was a whole tournament. There was a whole season. A whole tournament. And you didn't know that she was going to be there. Come on, bruh. And then you going to put Puffy in jail while you doing that shit. I'm not saying Puffy don't deserve to go to jail. I'm saying there's right and there's wrong. That's what the fuck I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's right and then there's wrong, bro. You can't do all that shit. Act like you a good guy. Be involved in all kinds of gay shit, and then put a nigga in jail for the same kind of gay shit that you into. Cause you doing gay shit too, nigga. Like why are you putting this motherfucker in jail for, bro? You just as gay as he is. That's some fucked up shit. That's not fair. It's not fair, bro. It's not fair. And shit has to be fair. Because you're playing around with a man's life. You're playing around with a man's life, bro. You're in jail, bro. It's like going to jail is like dying, nigga. Going to jail is fucked up, bro. It's like dying, nigga. You just waste away. You just sit there forever. That's fucked up. It's really fucked up. So, if you're going to remove somebody's life like that, it has to be for a real reason. Now, I know Ixnay on the Illuminati, because the Illuminati always trying to put a nigga in jail for no fucking reason. Like it's something to do. When we do it, they call us snitches. These little fucking Illuminati bitches, they call us snitches when we fucking do it. But the thing is, you out here fucking kids, raping people, putting niggas in jail for no reason, shooting at niggas, killing niggas, sacrificing people, sacrificing mothers, daughters, granddaughters, wherever the fuck, dads, moms, all kinds of girlfriends, wives, exes, all kinds of shit. Nigga, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean, bro? Like, fuck out of here with that fucking snitching shit, bro. Like, bro, because y'all niggas, when y'all motherfuckers try to put a nigga in jail, it's for stupid shit that don't make sense. Like trying to put Donald Trump in jail for fucking a fucking porn star. Yes, he fucked a porn star. It happened 25 fucking years ago. Yeah, he fucked a porn star. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I don't. No one does. And if somebody does, get a fucking life. Because it happens 25 years ago. If you care about Donald Trump fucking a porn star 25 years ago, kill yourself. Seriously. That's crazy. That's nuts. And they try to put the nigga in jail for that shit. They try to put him in jail for having sex. Whatever. So that's why I don't like the fact that people want to put Diddy in jail, because you want to put Donald Trump in jail for having sex with a porn star. That's the kind of person you are. You don't deserve to have your pound of flesh. You don't deserve that pound of flesh. You don't deserve any flesh, period. At all. 0 amounts. Because that's the same shit. You the same niggas. Y'all the same niggas. Y'all the same people. Y'all are the same people. I'm not saying, I like what Orlando Brown is doing. I ain't gonna lie. I like what Orlando Brown is doing. I like what Drago Wright is doing. I don't trust them though, but I like what they doing. Cause motherfuckers deserve that shit. They deserve a lot worse than that. I don't like the whole issue where motherfuckers have to act crazy because they laugh by being Asian and shit like that. And that's the reason why. That's another reason why Puff shouldn't be in jail. Because this is how we treat people. Why you want this nigga in jail? If you ready to treat me like this, if you're ready to put me in a hospital when you know I'm not crazy, You son of a bitch. If you know I'm not crazy, you want to put me in the hospital. If you know I didn't commit a crime, you want to put me in jail. Nigga, stop. Shut the fuck up. Stop lying. You a liar. And don't and get Puffy out of jail. Remove that man from out of jail, because that's the kind of shit you like. What Puffy does is what you like. So why you acting like you don't like it? And the worst part is you're lying to yourself so hard, you're ready to put a man in jail for shit that you actually like. Cause you like that shit. Why you want to put him in jail for? You like that shit. That's just weird. People are weird. People are weird. And not everybody likes that shit. I know. I'm hyperballing here, right? I'm hyperballing here. I'm doing it on purpose, right? I'm being dramatic. I'm being an extra. Ooh, this nigga. That's another nigga that's fucked up. Anyway, but you know, like this 4Extra guy. So there's this 4Extra. So fuck that shit. Anyway, I made my point. Let's finish this video anyway. It's been 15 minutes. So, you know, so there's this 4Extra guy, bro, on Adam 22 that's in right now. Now, this motherfucker's hilarious. This motherfucker's hilarious, bro. Like, okay, no. So, look at here, man. I don't know what kind of jail this dude was at. I don't know. Maybe there's some jails that are more relaxed. I don't know what situation this motherfucker is. Because there's different situations too. I'm not saying that what he's saying is impossible, but it's highly improbable, right? So, unless you're a very important dude, unless you're very heavy in the street and shit, and you end up like some random jail that doesn't have any bosses in it, right? They might have to give you, you know, certain things to do, right? So get into a fight with a guy or some shit like that, you know. But the thing is, I don't know what kind of jail he was at, but I'm gonna just say how it works in the jail where I was at. I've been to a couple of jails. I'm gonna tell you how I saw that shit works, right? And I've been in fights in jail too. So, anyways, and it's not something you want to do, right? This nigga was talking about 10 fights. Nigga, in jail, it's life or death, right? My fight wasn't life or death, because I didn't fear for my life, because I'm a crazy motherfucker, right? But that don't mean that my life wasn't in jeopardy, right? But, you know, because the other dude, he took that shit seriously. He took the fight seriously. This motherfucker had weapons and all kinds of shit. I didn't have shit. I went into the fucking thing, you know, barehanded, barefisted, right? So, but the thing is, when you get into fights in jail, especially if you're part of a gang or some shit like that, because sometimes there's conflict resolutions in jail. But conflict resolutions in jail, bruh, like you can get lucky and get into an agreement and be like, okay, so this is the agreement, no weapons and this and that and this and that. So that's for the heavy dudes. That's for people that are heavy, right? But if you're not heavy, you walk into jail, they're talking about they're gonna fight. You better be prepared. You gotta have a knife. You gotta have a knife. Bro, if they tell you that they're gonna rain down on you like that because you had 10 fights, so that means they really wanted your ass, right? They really wanted your ass. So, and I don't think they would have waited 10 fights. I don't see why they would have waited 10 fights. After the first fight, the second nigga would probably try to stab you, right? So you can't just walk into jail and be like, fight 10 dudes. No, somebody's gonna stab you, for sure. Somebody's gonna stab you. That is for sure. And motherfuckers be fighting with weapons. So you're gonna have like niggas got blades. They got hideaway blades, tucked away blades and shit. Not full shivs. They got shivs, all kinds of shit, right? They got little, special weapons, fucking little thumbtacks. Cut your face with thumbtacks and shit, bro. Like niggas be using thumbtacks, anything, right? So you're gonna have a lot of, like, if you were in 10 fights in jail, you're supposed to have a lot of puncture wounds, right? You're supposed to have a lot of puncture wounds, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. And the thing is, he said he did that in more than one jail. I don't know what this 4 extra do. I don't know how heavy it is. That's y'all's business. I don't know. But and I don't know, if they gave him a pass for real. But anyway. And I don't think if he had 10 fights, he was fighting some of his own dudes. I don't think he was fighting Bloods. He was fighting some of his own guys. I don't think he was fighting Bloods. He was like, he probably is the kind of the good dude that just does shit in the street, and where's my $50? Where's my $100? You know what I mean? You owe me some cash, blah blah blah. So maybe that's why he had to fight 10 dudes, right? I thought it was hilarious because 10 fights in a jail. You'd be dead. You would be dead. And even if you would be dead, you wouldn't be saying, oh, man, we can go again. There's no going again. Like, it's very violent. It's very violent. And if they don't beat your ass and they still have beef with you, like, let's say the beef is not squashed, like they had the fight, because sometimes the beef is not squashed. Sometimes you do get the fight, and it does just end as a fight, but he's gonna come back later, and that's where it gets even more dangerous, because motherfuckers be like, you in jail, because you have to understand, dudes. I don't know what kind of imaginary world that this 4 extra live in, or maybe his life is just that damn good. I don't know. Maybe the motherfucker's rich as fuck. I don't fucking know the guy. I think it's fucking hilarious. I think it's hilarious, but to me, it sounds like he's living in a dream world, because if you niggas can get out of their jail cells, bruh. Like, I've seen that shit a lot in many jails. Motherfuckers can get out the jail cell, right? And especially there's like prison and jail or whatever. I can barely make the difference, but I think it's in jail that you have like your dorm, as they say, but you have like your room and shit. Those door closes. Motherfucker, if the nigga got a problem with you at night, I've been in a guy's room where he woke up in the middle of the night, opened the door. There was a couple other motherfuckers with him. Opened the door, went at the other nigga's door where he was at, opened his door, and that shit happens almost every night. Every fucking night. If they really want to get you, that's how they gonna get you. Right? They're gonna get you in your room at night while you're sleeping. Right? Even in jail. So if a nigga really wants your ass, he's gonna get it. You know what I mean? So this is what I know about the jails that I've been at. Right? Motherfuckers do not survive 10 fights. Niggas be dying up in there, bro. Like, niggas be dying, bro. Like, niggas dying. Like I remember I went at the first time I went to like Supermax. I went to Supermax Bordeaux. The first day I was there, a nigga dead. The first day I was there, bro, a nigga was like, bro, and I saw the cops walk by my cell, dragging this nigga's body, bro, in a body bag, bro, the whole 9 yards. I was like, bro, and it was a fight. It was a fight. The nigga got out his cell. It was lockdown too. It wasn't everybody was in lockdown. It was lockdown, right? So everybody was in lockdown. Everybody's in their room. This motherfucker found a way. Got out of the fucking jail cell. Hit the other guy's door was open because the nigga, he got killed in his jail cell. Alright. Picked up his body. Off we go. So nigga talking about 10 fights. Squabbling. You gotta roll it up. No. Don't. No, nigga. Don't roll it up. I mean, when you're in jail, you don't have a choice. Like, you don't have a choice. If a nigga really want to fight you, if a nigga wants to fight you in jail, you don't have a choice. You have to fight him. You don't have a choice. You have to fight him, right? Or you go see the niggas that take care of the jail. There's motherfuckers that take care of the jail. There's like hood niggas, like the oldest, the veteran prisoners and the gangsters. They have like the committee, right? So you can go see the committee and see what's up. Maybe they can fix something. They can fix something up for you, right? But you got to talk to the committee, right? If you don't want to fight the dude, right? But if somebody comes up to you, you have to fight him, right? But it's not recommended. I did not like the way he's saying it, as if like, oh, as soon as you get in jail, you go in there, you no, no, you know, bad choice, bro. Like, that's the last thing you want to do. You do not go in there and start. Nah, what you do is when you go to jail, you make yourself needed. That's what you do when you go to jail. When you go to jail, you make yourself needed. Either you're a plug, either, you know, something, you can get stuff, you can, you know, you can negotiate with people, you can get it, you know, keep yourself busy, right? That's what you got to do when you're in jail. You got to keep yourself busy, stay out of trouble, keep yourself busy, and stay close to the committee. If you don't know anybody, get to know the committee. You know, like, you know, or at least try to get to know at least one person, right? Make sure he's not a fucking serial rapist or some shit. And that's pretty much the only thing you can do. And your options are pretty scarce. There's not a lot of options. It's not, even what I just said is not gonna guarantee your survival in jail, bro. Like, at all. Not at all. You know, I used to steal food from the cafeteria. That's what I used to do. I used to steal food from the cafeteria because motherfuckers are hungry. Niggas are hungry. You don't eat a lot, right? You don't eat a lot. So what I would do, shit, I ain't got no smoke. I ain't got no money. I'm in jail, bro. I ain't got no canteen. So I would steal shit from the fucking cafeteria. I'd steal food from the cafeteria and shit. Then, you know, exchange it for cigarettes and shit like that. You make yourself useful. Niggas don't want to fucking beat your ass up when you can get goddamn big old cookies. You know, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody's gonna want to fight you, bro. You can get food after you done eating. Niggas are always hungry, bro, and we don't eat that much. You can get food after we're done eating. Oh man, you're golden. You know what I mean? You're golden, bro. Like, you can manage shit like that, and that shit's not easy, bro. Like, I have to stealing. Imagine you this, right? I have to steal food inside of a jail with security guards and cameras looking at me. You know what I mean? That shit wasn't easy, man. You know, it's not. There's no what I'm trying to say is that there's no surefire way of surviving jail. Like, there's zero. It's jail. You're locked up with a bunch of animals. Even if you consider yourself an animal, there's animals just like you in there. They're probably even worse. And, you know, there's no, bruh, like, it's flip of a dime, man. It's a flip of a coin, bruh. It's a flip of a coin, man. So, anyways, yeah, it's kind of, I think it's kind of corny. I think it's kind of corny, bro. I think it's very corny, man. I think it's corny, bro. Like, you know, but there's something, I understand what people, their attraction, because he sounds old school. He sounds like an old school dude from the 70s, like a like, he sounds like an OG. He sounds like an original gangster, right? So that's why that's the attraction, and he's big too. But nah, I don't think he was squabbling 10 fights per prison and shit like that. They would have killed him. Somebody would have killed him. Cause niggas in there, they don't care about loyal honor and stuff like that, bro. They're very childish, nigga. Motherfuckers childish. They want to fuck. They're childish. They want to fuck. They're immature. Some of these guys are like, they've been institutionalized since they were like 12 years old. They don't know nothing else but prison. So their outlook on life is not, oh, I'm gonna respect his ass because he fought 10 niggas. No, it's like, I'm gonna kill this nigga one way or another. That's their mentality. Like, one way or another, I'm gonna kill his ass, and I'm not gonna stop until I do. Right? They're gonna, and if they want to kill you, they're gonna kill you. So even if you got into squabbles, if let's say that shit was true, they didn't want to kill you, and that's how you managed out of that, is because they didn't want to kill you. Either because he's heavy, I don't know the man, like I told you before, I don't know the dude. Either because he's heavy, or I don't know. I guess it was just his lucky day. But usually people that get passes like that, they have to be heavy. They have to be like very big bosses. They have to be bosses in the street. Like, they have to be very big bosses in the street, or else you don't get a pass like that. 10 fights, that was a pass. If you did have 10 fights, if they did give you 10 fights to fight, that was a pass. They gave you a pass because they would have killed your ass on the first fight. They would have killed you on the first fight, bro. Or they would have tried, because he's pretty big. So he looked like he can handle himself, but you would have gotten some puncture wounds and shit like that, bro. Motherfuckers tried to stab me in jail. That shit was fucked up. I had to walk around with a towel around my neck. You know what I mean? Because, but that's because of the shit that was going on outside. Motherfucker, there was shit I was doing outside. And motherfuckers, and that's the thing. If you're in the street, like, niggas can call jail. Like, niggas got niggas in jail. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they got contacts in jail too. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers from the outside can call a nigga in the inside to get your ass got. Alright, so I was doing shit outside, and one of the dudes that I had problems with called in the jail to get some of the niggas to come at me and shit. They started poisoning my ass, bro. They started poisoning my shit. They started putting like powdered glass on my plates. This motherfucker had a shiv, and this nigga was walking around with a shiv and shit. Was walking around with a towel. I washed my plate. Every time they gave me a plate, I had to wash that shit in hot water and the shit, like all kinds of shit, man. One of my friends actually got poisoned in my place, right? So yeah, I don't even know how. So anyway, they gave him some food. It was supposed to be for me, and he ate it, and he felt ill. Poisoned some fucking powdered glass in that motherfucker, man. So that shit tear your insides up, bro. Like, I think he's a big dude. I think he'll make it. I don't think it takes more than one time though. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. That shit sound corny to me, bro. Like, that shit sound corny as fuck to me, bro. Like, and if you did do that, that was a pass, bro. You got a pass. I know they maybe, and motherfucker said that shit wasn't nothing. It is what it is then. But that shit was a pass. Regardless of how he felt after the fight or before the fight, that shit was a pass. Cause if that shit wasn't a pass, they would have passed his ass. Pause. Hey yo. But for real, they would have passed him. That's how they say it in jail. You get passed. In Canada, that's how we say it. When you get got like that, when you get backdoored, we say you got passed. You got passed. We're saying it in French though. You got passed, bro. Like, so yeah, that shit crazy, man. Like, that shit crazy as fuck, man. Like, yeah, that shit crazy as fuck. Cause that shit like brought some fucking PTSD up my ass when I saw him talk about that shit. Fucking fighting 10 dudes, fighting 10 dudes, man. Like, anyway, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you did. I don't know. I'm a small dude, so I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like I'm seeing, like, man, I don't know, bro. Like dudes in jail are big too. Like, like they're not small, man. Like I don't know how they got that big, being in jail that long, but niggas is not small, bro. Like so, but it depends. Some jails ain't got no gorillas in it. Some jails, I've been to jails where there was like zero gorilla in sight. It was still dangerous motherfuckers, but there was zero gorilla in sight. But if you go to Supermax, you're gonna see some big ass dudes, like some yeah, you know what I mean, like some Tarzan motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Uh, so yeah, nah, man. I don't, you know, I bet you know. Shit, man. I've been in a couple squabbles here and there, bro, and I got into 2 fights in jail, 2 or 3 fights in jail, bro, and you know, and that's pretty much it, bro. Like, you know, and it was like committee shit too. So it was committee shit too. One of them was me, just being me. The 2 other times was committee. You know, like I said, you got to make yourself useful if you don't want to get passed. So sometimes when a nigga had some beef with another nigga, I'd show up, I'd be like, "Yo, you good?" You know what I mean, like, so, you know, um, yeah. Yeah, you know, so that's how prison life is, man. Like, you know, so I don't know exactly what he's talking about. I think it's hilarious, and once again, it's Adam 22 that's presenting us this. I think his name is 4Extra. I'm not sure because I think there's another extra. There's another rapper that's called Extra. He's a Crip, I think. You guys probably seen him before. It was on TV once. He has a lot of face tattoos. You know, but this guy's name is 4Extra. So that's another Adam 22 presentation, special presentation once again. You know, and Adam just finds these guys and he just rolls them up. He just rolls up these fucking street dudes, man. Like, you know, and you know, motherfuckers, niggas are trying to get out the hood. The motherfuckers are trying to get out the hood, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I completely understand that shit, but at the same time, this is 2024. This is not 1980. It's not 1985. It's not 1992. It's not 1995 either. This is 2024, bro. So we had a good 30 years of in the hood anyway. For gangs like Bloods and Crips, we had a good 50 to 30 years. A good 50 to 30 years, man, of making money, bro. It's not, I don't think we're not supposed to have to indulge in religious gay sex cults in order to get out of the hood. We should be able to do it ourselves at this point, by now, as of today. I mean, maybe not back then, but as of today, we should be able to do it ourselves without needing to get into religious gay sex cults, man. Like, you know. But like I said, I understand that these guys are trying to make it out the hood and shit like that, bro. But motherfucker, like, stop joining gay sex clubs and start investing. Invest in your own people. Stop being a bitch, because sometimes some of these guys, that's their problem. There's a little bit of a bitch. There's a bitch hiding in there somewhere. This is for real. Like, some of these guys, it's true, bro. Like, some of these guys have a hidden, repressed bitch living in there, and that's the thing that makes them not want to invest in their own people. That's the thing that makes them not want to get out of their house. They have no problem getting out of their house to shoot somebody or sell some drugs. But if you fucking tell them to fucking, yo, put some money on this business right here and get a fucking 5% dividend, or 10, 20, fucking get 25% back. You know what I mean? If you put 1,000, you get 25% back. You get 200. That's $2,000. You get double the amount, right? So imagine if you're actually using like 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, put into business, a serious business, a black-owned business that's a serious business that's already established, that has more than 1 year of sale value to present to you. Let's say they've been in business for 5 years, and the revenue that they're making is going up and not down. Put your money in there. Yeah, of course, it's not the kind of helpful thing that you want to do for the community. True, but we all got to start somewhere, and your money is illegal. So that's a good way to actually make some real money that you can actually use to get some real things, right? To buy some real assets, right? So anyways, you know, you invest back in the community, and then once you get into your a comfortable place with your investments, when you feel confident in your investments, then you start taking smaller cases, right? So now you start giving out loans, right? Well, you don't have to give out loans, but it's a good idea to give out loans, because it becomes a loan. If you're dealing with a small business, you can call it an investment if you want to, but it's mostly an investment loan because it's risky. The guy might be serious, but he doesn't have a year of sales yet, right? You might believe in him, but he doesn't have a year of sales yet, right? And some people don't need to sell anything, because when they talk to you, they know their shit so much that you're kind of like, oh, shit, fuck it, do it. And you can tell when a person knows what they do and knows what they're saying, you can tell, and you know it's safe to give this dude money, right? So he'll do this fucking business. Of course, you can get got by a charlatan, and then he takes the money and then flies off and shit like that. It might happen. It can happen. It could happen. I'm not saying it should, and I'm not saying it will, but it's a thing that can happen, right? So instead of having a bunch of people running for the hills, a bunch of black dudes running for the hills, and white people too. White people are running for the hills too. A lot less than black folks, but white people are running for the hills too. So, you know, instead of having everybody running for the hill, everybody in the community, in real communities, not an Illuminati community like the community that I live in, which is a highly Illuminati area. You know, I don't know if they're involved in gay sex, but you know, like, but I know this area is highly, you know, so nothing is gonna happen in here. But in other areas, because I think it's a very rare thing to live in a town that has more than one person that's actually from the Illuminati living in there. I don't think that happens everywhere. Like, you know, I think that's very rare. So, you know, yeah, it's like living in that Johnny Depp movie here, like The Window. Is it The Window or some shit like that? It was like that. The Village. Yeah, The Village. Yeah, it's like I live in The Village, bro. It's fucked up, nigga. It's fucked up, dude. So, anyway, so yeah, in other communities that don't have that problem, I don't see why the community doesn't invest in themselves. Each community should invest in themselves, and community do invest in themselves. Some people think it's the government that invests in the community. No, it's other entrepreneurs. That everybody makes shit happen. It's not the government. The government doesn't do anything, man. The government doesn't do shit, bro. There's a lot of things that are working right now. It's like TV is not run by the government. TV is run by regular people. It's ran by people. It's not government funded. There's a lot of things that are not government funded. Schools are not government funded, bro, which is fucked up. This is a weird thing. It's weird. Libraries are not government funded. Like, there's a lot of shit that's not government funded. It's made by us. All right. So there's no reason, and the only reason why we lack the infrastructure is because everybody think the government takes care of everything. And a lot of people have no idea. They're like babies, right? They think that the government is giving them a bottle, right? They're not aware that it's not the government giving them the bottle. It's their neighbor, it's their, it's their friends, family. It's not the government. The government never gave you a bottle, ever. So ever. So, it just doesn't work like that. That's not how it works, right? So, of course, no, schools are government funded, more or less. Well, not a lot, because you can make a school and get a government grant. Like, a regular person can open up a school and get a government grant, but it's not. Education is government funded, more or less, and I think, I would have to pull out the document right now, and I would have to check the summit of the last 2 years. But if we check the tax revenue, on each dollar, there's like 10% of each, not even less. There's less than 10%. In Canada, anyways, there's less than 10% that goes to education. If education is even on the list of things that tax money goes towards. If it's even there. So, there's a lot of stuff that regular people do that people are not aware that it's regular people doing it. Just like libraries. It's people that woke up one day and said, I want to open up a fucking library. It's not the government. The government doesn't do shit. Government does nothing. They do nothing. Yet. Nada. Zilch. So I'm surprised that in 2024, with all the money that's circulating right now, people feel like they need to run to the hill towards some gay sex clubs to get out the hood. That's crazy. There should be no need for that. There should be no need for that. There should be no need for that, man. The hood should be paradise by now. With all the money that we're making, it should be paradise right now. But the dudes are too violent, and they're not thinking straight. A lot of dudes, they're too violent and they're not thinking straight. And that's where, people say it's not about the money. It's not about the money, but what is it about? Because all y'all doing is doing crazy shit. Yeah, you shooting each other in the face. You might consider that shit to be some real nigga shit. But at the end of the day, bro, you just shot a nigga in the face and that's it. Like, you didn't, you're not doing anything of any value whatsoever, even for yourself. It's one thing to shoot a nigga in the face and then do more things that you couldn't do because that nigga was alive. And then there's like shoot a nigga in the face sitting on your ass and smoking a joint. You're not doing anything of real value. I mean, yeah, you remove your obstacle. There was an obstacle in your way. You removed it. But that's the thing. You remove the obstacle. So why are you not more active? You're less active when your obstacle is out of the way than when he's there. So at the end of the day, you shouldn't even kill people. Because if it wasn't for your ops, you wouldn't be moving at all. You wouldn't be moving. You wouldn't be lifting a damn finger. Pause. But, no disrespect to old block members. No disrespect to old block members. But no disrespect to the blood gang members and so on and so on. The hustlers out there. But a lot of y'all motherfuckers are lazy. Because it's not. You got everything else. You just it's the fact that you have to go over this place. I don't know. It's weird. Because it's not they don't see that shit as being their style. A lot of guys don't see finding investment their style. It's not gangster. It doesn't look gangster to me. It doesn't feel gangster shit, man. Bro. It's just because you don't want to pull your pants up? That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That don't make no damn sense. I'll be damned the day that I'm gonna let my pants decide if I'm gonna make $1 million or not. That's some crazy shit. My pants ain't got nothing to do with my goddamn millions. My millions is my millions. If I gotta lift my pants up a little bit to go see this dude, that's exactly what the fuck I'ma do. There ain't no stopping this. You know what I mean? So, but a lot of people, they let small things stop them. A lot of people, and those are small things. And at the end of the day, you gotta figure out, like, am I really gonna let something that small stop me from being that successful? And that shit's crazy, because and I'm fucking up. My priorities are fucked up, and you have to realize that your priorities are fucked up. Because I don't want to lift my pants to go make an investment somewhere, but then I'm ready to go at the gayest sex club in history to go make some money. That makes no sense. Your priorities are fucked up. It's all over the place. Now, the other thing is, what I think, it's not that these guys' priorities are fucked up or that they're bitches or they're lazy. What I think, which could be all of the above. By the way, I see you, and you be thinking, oh yes, it is. Yeah, you never know. Not all the time. Because we're talking about, like, let's see this corny ass nigga, this 4 extra dude. Now, if he's not corny, like, if he's not a cornball, if he's not a goofball, right? If he's not a potato, right? They got some on that dude. Right? Like, they got some on that dude. They got some on him, and that's why he's doing that shit. They got a case on him. If he doesn't do that shit, he's gonna go to jail forever. He's gonna go to jail forever. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys that are right how, especially if we're talking about like old black, I think even a Lil Durk, I mean, like, all them dudes, I think they got something on them, man. They got some on the dudes, man, because they wouldn't be there. I don't think those guys would be there if they didn't have something on them. I don't think so. I think they don't. I think they're obligated by court to be there, to be over there, and do these podcasts and all these interviews. They're obligated to do it, man. I'm sure of it. Because at the end of the day, they probably got some bodies, but they can't find the body, right? So they don't know. They know what organization was involved in the man's death. So, but they can't prove who did it because there's no weapons and there's no bodies and shit. So when you get cases like that, when the police is on your ass and everybody know you guilty, but ain't nobody can prove it, sometimes you gotta have to do shit for the country. Sometimes you're gonna have to. America needs you. You know, you're gonna have to do little minstrel show. And you're gonna have to do stupid shit and say stupid shit. Act like a clown. It's either that or you're gonna spend the rest of your fucking life in jail. In a birdhouse. So I think that might be the case. I think that's the case for a lot of these guys. I think that's the case for a lot of these guys. I think they got cases that they can't beat. That's never gonna go away. But and they have to do what they're doing today. So like 4Extra saying acting like a straight up ignorant ass nigga. Acting straight ignorant. Right, like old school, you know. I'm sure it's on purpose. Bro. I'm sure he probably caught a case he can't get out of, and now they have to make him. Now he has to act like a clown. You know, why they all end up in the same place? What is up with Adam 22? I mean, they do like make other interviews, but Adam 22 is the largest platform. Adam 22 is the largest platform. You can go off the porch. There's off the porch, I guess. And Vlad TV, you know. But Adam 22 is one of the largest platforms. Why do they all end up over there? Like, you know, what are they like? Why do they have to go over there? Why don't they do their own shit? Right? Why don't they have their own podcast? Why don't they go to a podcast where they can actually express themselves safely and without getting not clickbaited? Well, yeah, they're getting clickbaited, but verbally, right? Verbally clickbaited or triggered and shit. You know, why don't you go somewhere safe? Like, not saying like motherfuckers trying to dodge fights and stuff like that, but it's not about dodging fights. It's just, you know, at the end of the day, your territory is your territory. You know what I mean? Like your home field advantage is your home field advantage. You know, you can go somewhere else. You know, if the money's right, if the demands are met, and the money is right, you go over there, you do it over there, and then you go back to your own shit, right? So this is very peculiar. It's very peculiar shit. And I did like. I'm not saying I'm not sure of anything. I'm not saying I'm sure that all these niggas lazy. Like, all these niggas got cases and shit. Like, I don't know. I am just suggesting states of mind and I'm giving situational awareness. I'm bringing light to a situation, right? Not necessarily light, but I'm bringing attention to a situation, right? Because I don't know these people. I don't know none of these people, man. Like I said, man, King Von was a special individual. It sent ripples through the spiritual realm. His death sent ripples in the spiritual realm. It's not the only one. Prince's death was horrific death that sent ripples, you know, in the spiritual world. And you know, Pop Smoke, even Pop Smoke's death, dare I say, even Pop Smoke's death was pretty bad, really bad actually. You know, there's some people that, you know, was not supposed to get murdered, and they still got murdered. You know? So These people were supposed to be protected, and they were not protected. So it is what it is. So I'm not, like I said, I don't know these people. I know these people through the outlet of those artists that I speak of. So if it wasn't for those celebrities, I would not know who these people are, unless, well, and that's the problem too, I guess. And that's basically what I'm talking about. That's basically what the problem is. That's basically what I'm saying. If it wasn't for these celebrities, we would not know that y'all niggas exist, because y'all don't have anything. Y'all don't build anything. You don't build anything. You don't have shows. You don't have Diddy. You don't have Diddy parties. Like, where's Old Block's Diddy party, bro? Why is Old Block? Everybody respect Old Block, bro. Like, everybody think they from Old Block, nigga. For real, like, everybody in their heads, everybody's from Old Block, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, countries, United States don't exist, Canada don't exist, just Old Block exists. like so everybody's from Old Block in their heads, bro. But there's no Old Block Diddy parties. Why is there no Old Block Diddy parties? Why? I don't want to go to parties. It's not about you. It's not about what you want. It's about giving back to the community. It's about generating income. Shit. And if you're fucking serious, if you're even more serious about it, if you really care about that shit, you're even offering jobs. You could offer jobs through your Diddy Old Block parties. But that takes a different kind of animal to do that. But there's no Old Block Diddy parties, bro. Like, what is that? And there's a lot of hoods. There's lots of hoods that don't have any Diddy parties. We can't talk about Atlanta. Atlanta got all kinds of shit. Atlanta's a gangster paradise, man. Like, they got shit. And they got shit. Right? They're being overlooked. Atlanta's being overlooked. Probably on purpose. I think it's a conspiracy. I think Atlanta is being overlooked, and I think it's a conspiracy. I think the government is outwardly putting obstacles in people from Atlanta's way on purpose. I think so. Because these guys, man, like, bro, culture, when we're talking about culture, that's where it's at. That's where it's at, bro. The cars, the music, shit. Paul Wall. Mike Jones. DJ Screw. DJ Watts. Come on, bruh. Chopping Screwed. Come on, bruh. Scissor. Lean. Come on, man. That lean shit. Where you think lean come from? That shit come from Atlanta. What's his Lil Wayne's from Atlanta. Well, I think he was. He was from Atlanta. That lean, that shit come from Atlanta, man. Crunk juice. All that good shit, man. All that good shit, man. So they're being overlooked. They're being overlooked because motherfuckers ain't got it like that in the United States. You don't see motherfuckers running around in hoopties. You don't see motherfuckers driving around in hoopties, bro. You don't see that shit. Not all the time. Some motherfuckers, I've seen some people with hoopties in my neighborhood. I ain't gonna lie. There's probably some Illuminati cats. I don't know. I've seen some hoopties here and there, bro. But that shit it's rare. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about Cadillac excursions. You know what I mean? Cadillac excursions, bro. There's not one, not two, not three, not 10, 50, 100 hoopties. You could walk all day just looking at hoopties. Shit. Goddamn. Cadillac Excursions, bro. L Dogs. 77 Chevelles. 6 foes. We don't do shit. Atlanta be doing shit. Atlanta been doing shit for a long time now. Atlanta dudes are entrepreneurs. And they got their own record label. Of course, it's not the best record label of all time. But they still have their own record label. Fucking Rap A Lot Records. That's Atlanta. That's an Atlanta-based record label. But Atlanta's the only place that ever did that does anything. Atlanta's the only place that anybody ever does anything, man. You look everywhere else in the United States. You look anywhere else in America, everybody's not doing shit. Nothing. They ain't doing shit. They all think they're the shit, though. Everybody think they're more the shit than everybody in Atlanta, even though they ain't doing nothing. And Atlanta doing everything. They got everything. They got shows. They got pop-up barbecues. Fucking barbecue. Oh, yeah, boy. The whole shebang. What you want, what you need. Hit me up, I got you, man. You know, so Juicy 3-6 Mafia. 3-6, come on, man. Shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's I don't know. I think there's a bit. I guess there's a bit of both. There's a bit of laziness and a little bit of I don't have a choice but to do this because if I don't do this, I'm gonna end up in jail for the rest of my life. I think it's a little bit of both. I think there might be a little bit of both. But it's time we change that shit, man. Somebody got to get up. Somebody has to get up and change that shit, man. Somebody over there needs to wake up, needs to start dreaming. Somebody over there needs to start dreaming. Somebody needs to go to sleep. Somebody needs to go to sleep right now and start dreaming. And then when you wake up, that dream better be so good when you wake up, you get to work on it. I don't know. It's easier said than done. But, hey, O Block has a chance. Because the niggas in 63rd don't want no war. Everybody want peace. So everybody want peace. Everybody old. Everybody got children. Everybody want to go to sleep. Everybody want to, they don't want to get shot. They want, they want to be able to walk around the street and shit like that. Well, what's the goddamn problem? Why don't you start opening your businesses? Why don't you go legit? If you're really that tired of getting shot, if you really starting to get old, if your joints, if your knees are starting to hurt when you play basketball, if your knees are starting to hurt when you play basketball, then go legit. Start your Diddy party, man. Tomorrow. If y'all, cause I know y'all be listening to whatever everybody listen to what the fuck I say for some fucking reason. So, man, if you hear this shit today, tomorrow there better be a Diddy O Block party, nigga, with 10,000. With 10,000 bottles of baby oil, alright? Not 1,000, 10,000 bottles. God damn it. Shit. And play it. So what's up now? So anyway, so tomorrow, man, if you listening to that shit tomorrow, if you listening to that shit today, tomorrow there should be a old Black Diddy party. If you listening to that shit tomorrow, the next day there should be a old Black Diddy party. That's all I'm saying. Without Puff Daddy. You don't have to buy 10,000 bottles of baby oil either. But for real, man, like, yeah, you stop being lazy, man. Get to work. Get to work. That's all, man. Like, stop trying to find gay sex clubs, man. Like, stop looking for a gay sex club and get to work, bro. Like, stop. Seriously, that shit's annoying. It's fucking annoying, bro. I feel like I feel like a mother that loses a child every time somebody does something like that. Like, it's like, what the fuck? What is this? It's like a real loss. That's a real loss, bro. That's a for real loss. That's not a fake loss. That's not a half a loss. That's a full blown loss. That's like, bro, you gotta understand. Like, if we're having fucking spiritual battles, and let's say God is on one side and there's like a dude on the other side, and everybody starts off on God's side, right? Because these people are God fearing and stuff, right? So you start off on God's side, and then you go join a super gay, evil sex club, bro. God, you would make God feel sad. You would make him feel sad because you went to join a crazy nuts gay sex club, bro. Like what the fuck? Like, you know what? How do you think we feel? Like, how do you think I feel? Like, what do you think God is gonna feel like? Like, what do you feel like what do you think he's thinking? You think he's happy that you're like, oh, you're gonna leave him behind for some evil child loving gay sex club, bro? Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Like, ain't nobody want to go over there. I don't know why all y'all niggas. You know what the problem is? These guys take voyages and shit. I don't know. They take vacations and stuff like that. But it feels like y'all didn't see enough people in the world, bruh. Because your world is very small. It's like there's no one else but the gay sex club that exists. Like, everybody else doesn't exist. That's fucked up. Everybody exists. Everybody exists. Everybody exists. Everyone. There's no such thing. And the worst part is, the further you get away, and that's the thing. When you're successful, you have no excuse to think that small, because now you have the resources to hire professional people. You have the resources to get to know real people that are really doing the job, right? Not only that, you even have the resources to give this man a job, right? Let's say you want to get into movies. Just look up look at who's you gotta do a little bit of research. You need people that are just wired that way. You gotta ask a white guy. If you want to hire a movie producer, you gotta go see white people, because white people, they know how to siphon through stuff like that, right? So, because you gotta do some research. Let's check out, who's the best movie maker in my town, right? So you gotta go to the highest university in your town, and then you gotta see this guy's work, and then you gotta compare his work to all the other schools. See if you feel that he's the best for you, because just because somebody says he's the best, that doesn't mean he's the best. There's some people that pay to get to where they at. There's people that pay to life is pay to win. Life is pay to win sometimes. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of, it takes a minute. You gotta do your research, man. You gotta do a little bit of research, bro. So you gotta do a little bit of research, man. You hire this dude, and then boom, you make a fucking movie, man. You got a good producer, he's a real dude. He's really good at it. He has a great imagination. He finished school. He finished movie school and stuff, and blah blah blah. So now you have the resources to do the things that you couldn't do before. And the worst part is, you got the resources to do things that regular people can't do. Because regular people can't do that. Because now we're talking about, if you're making like 100K, if you're making more than 100K a year, if you're making 200K a year, yeah, you could probably make a movie. The way that I just said that you could make it, you could probably do it. You'd have to get a loan, but you could do it. But you can keep that guy. And you can work with that guy forever until the end of time. Until you both of y'all 90, 100,000 years old. I don't understand why everybody keep running for the hills all the time. This is weird. This is fucking weird. It's weird. It's just, it's the weirdest thing ever, bro. It's weird, nigga. Because it's not like people, with everything that's going on, it's not like people stopped going to school and shit like that. People are still going to school, so they're still majoring in different fields. But it's like nobody is getting hired to do anything. I tried to get somebody from school the other day. I don't remember what I wanted to do. I think it had something to do with my t-shirt. I wanted a t-shirt designer. I wanted a designer. So I started making some calls and shit. And I don't know. It wasn't design. Well, it was weird. I don't remember what it was, but I know I started making some calls, and everybody was like, are you paying? Are you giving out checks? Are you paying with a check or some shit like that and stuff like that? So everybody was asking me, like, everybody wanted like a check. They wanted a check. They were looking for that check. They wanted a, not a contract. They wasn't looking for contracts. They were looking for like a paycheck, so they don't have to go to work. Like they wanted a paycheck so they didn't have to go to work. But ain't nobody got that kind of money. I don't have that kind of money. I can't pay a dude. I can't pay your whole rent. Not right now. We can do something so you can pay rent, but I can't pay your rent for like a whole year and shit. I ain't got that kind of money, bro. That's just, yeah, like that's crazy. That's a lot of cash, man. Like, pay your rent. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's nonsense. So, you're gonna have to figure it out. Believe in me. Believe in the project, because that's what's gonna get you out of you needing a paycheck all the time. And work on the side. Work on the project, and get your ass to a better position until we get the movie out, and then you can quit your job. Once we get that movie out, you can quit your job. But don't ask me to pay your rent, bro. Like, dude, like, that's crazy. It's like you're asking the guy right next to you in class, yo, can you give me like $5,000 this year so I can pay my rent? Like, that's crazy. What are you talking about, man? Like, like, what is you saying, man? Like, anyway, so yeah. So, anyways, man, I hope this wasn't too disrespectful. I'm pretty sure there's some part that you might feel like it was, but hey, I can't. There's nothing I can do about that. All I can be is myself. All I can be is be true. And you might feel a certain way, but if you might not like what I say, but if you met me in person, it'd be a lot worse. Like so you consider yourself lucky. Like if you don't like this, you definitely won't like me in real life. You know what I mean? Like, so, because I'm way worse than that. Like, so like, cause this shit is serious to me. This is meaningful to me. It means a lot. It's like I said, you're fighting a spiritual war. Everybody says they love God, but everybody is trying to be part of a gay sex club at the same fucking time. Like, to me, that shit is weird. Like, it's not weird, because to me, God is synonymous to gay sex club. But at this point. At this time and point, God is synonymous to gay sex club to me, So, but it's still weird because I didn't grow up thinking like that, and it's not like the Bible outright tells you God is 100% with gay sex clubs, like, no pun intended, no offense meant. But you don't see that in the Bible anywhere, But at the end of the day, like, everybody that's in those gay sex clubs, they all believe in God. Like, like they all believe in God, bro. They don't believe in Satan, bro. They believe in God. So look it up. Go watch a documentary about Freemasonry on YouTube. Go watch a documentary on Freemasonry on YouTube. You can't be a Mason if you don't believe in God. If you go to a fucking Mason house and be like, fuck God, Satan is the best, you're gonna get kicked out. They're gonna turn you around. They're gonna be like, I don't think you'll be a fitting suitor for our private club, right? So I don't know, man. This is, at the end of the day, you're in the spiritual battle. Y'all are choosing gay sex clubs, but everybody's a fucking warrior for good. But you're a warrior for good inside of an evil gay sex club. What is wrong with this picture? Can somebody fucking tell me what the fuck is wrong with this picture, man? Like, it's something ain't right. So there's something that don't fit here, bro. Like, something doesn't fit, nigga. You can't like, how, dude, like, you can't serve two masters, bro. You can't be part of a gay sex club and be like, oh yeah, God's great. Like, dog, that what? Like, what? Like, that's nuts. That's crazy. It's nuts. It's crazy shit. Anyways, so wow. Anyways, man. So like I said, man, y'all can't be like, I'm chosen ones and stuff like that, and y'all going over there. It's or you made your choice. Well, if you made your choice, assume it. Don't try to act like you're a good guy and you're like here to help the world and blah 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 blah. Fuck you, dude. You chose your camp. Stay in your lane. I mean, don't stop pretending. Don't why are you pretending for? Like, that shit crazy. That shit makes no sense. So, like I said, I hope it wasn't too disrespectful. It wasn't. It's not a disrespectful video. It's either you're too sensitive to hear this kind of shit. You don't have enough maturity and you're too sensitive to hear this kind of shit. Or you just don't like my face. Or you just don't like my face. It's one or the other. Because this isn't disrespect at all. Actually, this is advice. This is advice. It's more than advice. It's like, I'm telling you shit that you should already know. I'm telling you shit that you already know. I'm telling you shit that you should already know. I'm telling you shit that you 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 already know. I'm telling you shit And I'm trying to tell you that it's serious because serious niggas, that's what they do. Real niggas, that's what they do. Like, mafiosos are entrepreneurs. Like mafia dudes are entrepreneurs. They got businesses. They don't just sell drugs and stuff. They got businesses all over the place. So it's not about a thing not being gangster. It's not about a thing being corny or looking like a penguin or shit like that. No, it's about you, nigga. And it's about you letting small things and feelings and emotions get in the way of making more money. You're letting emotional value, you're putting more emotional value in mediocre things that barely even matters than actually thinking, yo, let me go over there and double my money up. Let me go over here and quadruple my money up. Let me go over here and quintuple my money up. You know what? Fuck all this shit. Let me build an empire. You know what? I don't want an empire. I got a big ass family. Let me help out my family. So I'm going to open up a business. I'm going to hire a couple of my cousins. They can work here and shit like that. We don't do that. I don't know why. Everybody's running for the hill. Everybody wanna be part of a gay sex club. Motherfucker, I'm not even gay. I don't even know why I'd be part of a gay sex club. That shit don't make no goddamn sense. Like it that shit it don't even make sense, bro. I'm not even gay. What the fuck am I gonna do there, man? Like, what the fuck am I gonna do over there, bro? Like, that's for gay people. It's not for you. It's for gays. The only reason why you should go over there is if you're gay. If you're not gay, don't go over there. It's not for you. But at the same time, these guys been running shit for so long that there's not a lot of heterosexual clubs. Heterosexual clubs are very scarce. They're very scarce. So there's not a lot of places to go. And that's the spiritual battle that we're living in. And that's one aspect of the spiritual battle that we're facing right now. And that's how serious it is. Because now you have to understand that it's our responsibility. Nobody's gonna fight this spiritual battle for us. It's our responsibility to start taking responsibility for our environment and our own lives. That's part of the spiritual battle too, because the evil people, the evil side, right? The people that are doing evil deeds, they built an infrastructure that is generating a lot of income and that is sustaining them too, right? And they built everything. They built our entertainment service, our commercial service, our industrial service. They built everything, and we're not building shit. So they have all the territory, they have all the advantages, and we are losing advantages, and we're losing territory because we don't want to take responsibility for ourselves. We can't blame the Illuminati for doing what they're doing at this point, not in 2024. In 2024, you need to blame yourself for not having built what you were supposed to build. It's not the Illuminati's been doing that shit for thousands of years. You're not saying anything new. You're not saying anything different. No one cares. We already heard that story. We heard that story 100 times over and over again. And people still want to hear the same story over and over again because at the end of the day, talking about the Illuminati is great content. So people still just want to listen and they don't want to do shit. because it's entertaining to them, because it passes the time. But they're not taking. But at the end of the day, regardless of if you take life lightly or not, you have to understand, if you're part of this spiritual battle, if you really are a spiritual worker, you have to take responsibility for your environment. You have to take responsibility for yourself. Not necessarily, the environment comes later, but you have to start with yourself. You have to take responsibility with yourself, and you have to ask yourself, am I really stopping myself from achieving things? Or are there people stopping me from achieving things? And even if there are people stopping you from achieving things, is there something I can do that I can achieve while those people are trying to, manipulate my situation? Right? You got to find a solution, and there is a solution. Even if you're in a 4x4 inch room and you can't move at all, you're gonna find something. There has to be a solution. Either the wall is made of wood so you can break it, or maybe the ground is soft so you can dig with your feet. You can dig out the fucking thing with your feet. You gotta find a solution. You can't just be like, okay, I'm in a 4x4 room and I can't move. Okay, so that's it. And I'm gonna accept the situation. I'm gonna accept my 4x4 room. I'm not gonna try and change anything. I'm not gonna try to get out of it. I'm not gonna try to see if there's a way to get out of it. Bruh. And that's how people act today. We give them 4x4 rooms, and as soon as they enter the room, they don't try nothing. They don't touch nothing. They don't try anything, nothing. That shit has to stop. Especially if you're sitting there saying you're a 144,000, you're chosen one, you got special powers, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know you're depressed. Everyone's depressed. Everybody, the depression is, mass depression is a common thing for humanity, right? Mass depression is everyday life. Okay? Mass depression is everyday life. Everybody's depressed, but sitting there and not doing anything is not going to help you. The best way to get out of depression is by doing something. That's the only way to get out of depression. If you sit there, if you think resting is going to get you out of depression, it's not. You're going to be more depressed. You're going to have to start doing things that makes you happy, step by step, little by little. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Little by little, step by step, and then you expand. When you're ready to expand, you start expanding. Once you're done with your small victories, your small steps, your small pushing forward, and then you have something, you start to establish something. Now you're starting to expand, right? Now you're starting to establish something. Now you're putting your stuff out there for people to see and for people to judge and to see, right? Now you're expanding even more. Now you have to understand how to transmute those energy. Right? Because now you have to transmute energy. You can't just go off the fucking rails once somebody tells you they don't like your content. They don't like the product that you're serving, right? He says it for a reason. There's a reason why he doesn't like it. Regardless if he's right or wrong, there's a reason why. And it's your job to figure out that. So now you're transmuting energy. Now you have to learn how to transmute energy, transmuting good and bad energy that comes towards your way. Because when you have a business, you have good and bad energy that's going to come your way. There's going to be people that are jealous. There's going to be people that are too judgmental. There's going to be people that, and then there's going to be people that love your shit. There's going to be people that's going to want more your shit. There's going to be people that would wish that you would stop. There's going to be people that would wish that you would do more, right? So you have to transfigurate that energy. You're going to have to find your balance. You're going to have to find your middle ground, right? So now you start to expand. You start to become more powerful, and there's power in there, right? So now you're going to start to grow in power. You're not going to feel depressed at that point. There's not going to be any time for depression at that point. Because you are seen, you're loved, You're being taken care of. You're being noticed because you're here, not because you're special, not because you dress like a penguin, not because this, not because that, because you are making the effort of showing up. And when you show up, there's going to be people there because that's their job too, to be at the place that you're at. It's not about being better than the other one. It's not about being better than your neighbor. It's not about being this, that. It's not about all that emotional shit. It's not about all that touchy-feely shit. It's about you. It's about what's inside you. It's about your drive. It's about your ambition. It's about your thoughts. The way you conduct yourself in the business is going to tell you a lot about yourself. It's going to tell you a lot about yourself. If you can't take judgment, so now you know what to do. Now you know I got to learn how to take judgment. I gotta learn how to take criticism, right? You feel uncomfortable when people give you compliments. Well, you're gonna have to learn to be comfortable when people give you compliments, because you can use people that give you compliments. You can use that as a trampoline to have more spiritual, the more vibrational, not spiritual, more vibrational, more of a vibratory state, right? So you can use that to make yourself happy. You can use that to send waves, right? You can use that as a jump off part, right? So, people keep giving you compliments. You use that. You put that out there. You put that on the Twitter. You post the tweet. You post the tweet everywhere on Instagram. Boom. People love my shit. Boom. Look at this. Boom. Boom. Oh, man, I'm so great because people love my shit. And that's going to make the motherfucker that hates you hate you even more. And that's good, too. He needs to hate you. Because when he hates you, that means you're doing something good. The more he hate you, that means the better you are. So you got to keep that nigga in hate. You got to kill that nigga with hate. He got to die from a fucking heart attack, nigga. That nigga hate you so much. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'll see you guys later, man. Have a good one. Like I said, I hope this wasn't too disrespectful, some shit like that. But I'm fucked up. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Subscribe to my channel. Next time. Have a good one.